Of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy, but with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support.
After 20 years of service, the Metro Blue Line is ready for essential improvements. A multi-year transformation is underway, bringing a better, smoother Blue Line experience. Renew the Blue will preserve and protect a critical piece of our infrastructure investment, helping it remain a safe, reliable, and affordable transit option for many years to come. Learn more about Renew the Blue at metrotransit.org/renew-the-blue.
Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Did you know that the Walker has a cinema that shows film almost every week? From artist talks, genre-defined performances, and world premieres to archival shorts and experimental soundscapes, the Walker Cinema explores all modes of global and local filmmaking. Get your first tickets for free. Visit walkerart.org/cinema to learn more. That's walkerart.org/cinema. See you at the movies.
Doherty Family College at the University of St. Thomas offers an affordable 2-year associate degree with a seamless path to a bachelor's. Located in downtown Minneapolis, students receive free textbooks, a laptop, meals, career coaching, tutoring, a Metro Transit pass, mentorship, and paid internships, all at Minnesota's largest private college. Ready to turn dreams into reality? Apply now at dfc.stthomas.edu. Doherty Family College. Your journey to success starts here.
There's a powerful story being shared at All My Relations Arts in Minneapolis. Unchi Said So, a solo exhibition by Danielle Seawalker, brings forward Native stories shaped by collective identity, generational knowledge, and teachings passed down through community. Through bold color and portraiture, this work honors the significance of grandmothers in Native culture while reflecting the idea that sovereignty begins at home. On view now through June 6th. Plan your visit today at allmyrelationsarts.org.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 47, then Wednesday clearing with a high of 66. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has the best roast beef sandwiches in the Twin Cities, but don't miss out on the chicken, fish, brisket, Philly steak, and more. Maverick's is located in Roseville on Lexington Avenue, 1 mile south of Highway 36. Visit mavericksbeef.com.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be indigenous. Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Couldn't cut, hit me cut again.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake.
Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Kadagi to all my friends and relatives in 4 directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local, national, Native news and events, and as you know, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues. Hey, tonight we're going to have a little different show than advertised. Our friend Wendy Arvina Martin is in the middle of a tornado warning in Madison.
Yeah, I hope she's safe and stays safe and is in her underground bunker if she has one. So,
she's
Hey, a good excuse not to be on the show, right?
The best excuse. She's wrangling up her cats and throwing out there. I'm going to be checking the weather there, but she sent me a map of the weather, and it's just like, holy mackerel.
That's scary.
It really is, and that's one of your fears.
It is. It is. When I first moved here 26 years ago, I remember hearing the sirens, and I was like, what is that? And you were like, oh, those are the tornado sirens.
Nuclear war sirens.
And it was getting dark, and I remember there was a storm coming. I was like, a tornado? Well, don't you think we should do something? What are we supposed to do? And you were just like, nah, whatever. And yeah, I don't know.
That was the year.
I have a little spot for us down in the basement. You know that, underneath the steps. I have 2 chairs, crate and a bed there for Wanda.
Yeah. Well, hey, I got a couple things to go,
go ahead.
to mention here before we get to you, Wendy, and I really appreciate you stopping in. We have later on in the show, we have President John Johnson of Lac du Flambeau, band of Lake Superior, Chippewa, and he'll be speaking on the critical issues on Line 5 and what it means for tribal sovereignty, treaty rights, and protection of our land and water, which here we go again, Wendy. That's kind of how we started the show.
Exactly.
And it is exactly how we started the show. And then I also want to give a big shout out. Chase Iron Eyes will be on tonight here locally on AM 950, Native American Patriot Talk. And he is fabulous. And he will be on, he'll be streaming on all the Native Roots Radio and all the streaming out there, and you can also download it. Just an amazing orator and just a unbelievable speaker, and he's a lawyer and a Native lawyer, and he really knows what's going on. And so I got a jam-packed show. And Wendy, I want to now swing to you. Amazing. I see you getting ready for this big, I want to say beagle rescue, but it feels like it's more than that. And I just want to say two things. When we're out in public and people see us, and really, it's an amazing thing. And I just want to give a shout out to the people that I saw at the caucus, the DFL caucus, and now everyone knows I'm a delegate, and the listeners out there that were in our area. It's just amazing. And
I'm glad you're a delegate.
And a big shout out. And I don't know if they're going to be glad that I'm a delegate after this, but I'm glad right now. But Wendy, speak your truth. There's a lot going on, and I know from our neighbor, her boss really likes your segment.
That's so funny. I really
kind of got a little hurt by that.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. So Robert sees me getting ready. Our living room is a bit of a mess right now, filled with boxes and supplies. So on Thursday, the 17th, I'll be driving to Wisconsin. I'm going to be staying in Verona, where on the 19th, we are scheduled. I think there's close to 2,000 of us. I mean, this is a big operation, a mission, really. 2,000 of us will be going to Ridglin Farms in Blue Mounds, Wisconsin. And we're going to get out the rest of the 2,000 beagles that are in the indoor facility that are there being bred and experimented on. It's really very much a hellhole. The place has 311 violations. Most of the violations are due to animal cruelty. And last month, they were able to get, I believe, 30 dogs out, and then 8 were confiscated by the police and brought back to Ridglin Farms. And they know that we're coming. They know that we're coming, and we're getting ready. And I want to really say thank you so much to the people who donated to my Venmo. This is, really it costs a lot of money to do this. So it's the hotel for 3 nights. I'm renting a car because I'm afraid that I don't want our car to get damaged in any way.
And we only have one car now.
I know. We only have one car. So anyway, I'm renting a car. And not that I don't care about the rent a car. Of course I do. But I'm taking like the most insurance out that I possibly can on it. Just in case somebody throws rocks at me or puts a hammer through the I don't know what's going to happen. We're all going there peacefully. And we're demanding the dogs, and we're going to go in and get them. And I want to thank the people who have sent me money. People have Venmo'd me, and it's been really, really heartwarming with the little notes that people are, giving me. So I want to just read off the people, if that's okay. I won't say anybody's last name. I'll just mention first names. Somebody here I forgot, I think. Okay, Jenny O, Tiergan, Maureen H, Claire R, Susan P, Jada J, Patrick L, Mary M, Teresa N, Tiergan, I said Tiergan, Pamela N, Paul S, Debbie M, and Jelaine J. Yes. So thank you. Those are the people who have donated so far. And I mean, they gave us a list of stuff that we should be bringing ourselves. So they want us to bring like a headlamp. Is that what you call it? The thing that you put around your head? Headlamp. I mean, I have boots and clothes and stuff and jackets to wear. I don't need to purchase any of that. But we have we have our crates, dog beds, dog food, dog treats. I got 5, and I should get more, but they were so cute. I got 5 stuffed squeaky lamb chop toys. These dogs have never had a toy. They've never had a ball. They've never had anything. They've spent their whole lives in a 2x4 cage set up off the ground. Their paws are on the cage. The whole thing is a cage. There's no flooring or anything. When they pee and poop, it goes down to the ground so they can clean it, with a hose. And they've never seen the light of day, these dogs. So they're inside all day long. If you feel it in your heart, any amount will help. I will use every last penny. And if my cost, and Robert and I are paying our own money as well. But if it goes over my goal, I promise to give it to the SaveTheDogs.io, SaveTheDogs.io. And you could go on there if you're interested in one of these dogs. They will be a beagle, male or female. And just remember that these dogs have been really traumatized and they need a lot of extra support and help and training, because they've never been out of a cage their whole life. They've never been held or talked to kindly, or, they've never played with a toy or even slept on something that's soft. They've been in the cage their whole life. And I'm going to tell you another thing about these places, Ridglin Farms. They're no different than any other puppy mill or anything else that keeps the animals confined. So to save costs during the winter, they just keep it warm enough just so the dogs don't freeze. And in the summer, when it's 90 degrees, they keep it just cool enough so the dogs don't have a heat stroke. So it's very, very uncomfortable conditions that these dogs are in. There have been testimony from former employees that many experiments and procedures performed on these dogs have been done without any painkillers or anesthesia. There's a couple of other really heart-wrenching stories I'm not going to tell you because it's just too much. My Venmo, if you feel you want to donate to me personally, my Venmo is at Wendy-Pilot. And when you get to my Venmo, you could see a little picture of me and Wanda sitting in some tulips. So I'd appreciate any amount of money that you're able to give.
Hey, we'll be right back. Native Roots Radio.
There's a powerful story being shared at All My Relations Arts in Minneapolis. Unchi Said So, a solo exhibition by Danielle Seawalker, brings forward Native stories shaped by collective identity, generational knowledge, and teachings passed down through community. Through bold color and portraiture, this work honors the significance of grandmothers in Native culture while reflecting the idea that sovereignty begins at home. On view now through June 6th. Plan your visit today at allmyrelationsarts.org.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Local artists Rosie Seamoss, Seneca Nation of Indians, Huron Clan, embodies Onondaga philosophies of peacemaking and relationality in new immersive installation. Visit Agajengwa, Desini Gowe Weni. I hope it'll stir your mind and explore a space built for communal rest and contemplation. CMOS presents a performance of the same name this May. Learn more about the exhibition and performance at walkerart.org.
This is Chase Iron Eyes announcing a new show on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota, powered by Native Roots Radio. The show is called Native American Patriot Talk Radio. What will we do on the show? We are going to explore and dive into the source of American constitutional sovereignty, the intersection of Native American and legal issues. Find us the first and third Tuesday of every month at 6 p.m. on AM 950.
I'm Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, and I want to be your next United States Senator, and you are listening to Native Roots Radio.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is Robert Pilot, and we are speaking with Wendy, but later on today in the show, we're going to have President John Johnson of the Lac du Flambeau Band of Lake Superior Chippewa Indians on, and we're going to be talking about some serious things. And it's going to be really my privilege to have a president. As you know, I was a
legislator.
Yeah, for tribal legislator. So it'll be great to hear what he has to say. There's a lot going on up there, and we really want to amplify their voice. And again, another shout out to Arvina. Stay in that basement. Share our show, though, if you can. No, I'm just kidding.
While you're in the basement, Arvina, share the show.
And then up afterwards, I guess I mentioned this earlier, Chase Iron Eyes with Native American Patriot Talk right after here locally at AM 950 and the Twin Cities and all the streaming. So really great to be able to hear him. Wendy, take it over here. Let's talk more about our sacred animals. Really.
Well, you know, we have a lot of exposure. A lot of people know about this. I just went and got my hair cut, and I was telling the woman who cutting my hair, and she's like, "Oh my God, I remember I saw that on my Instagram." And those were people in like the white hazmat suits taking the beagles out. And I'm like, yeah, we're going back. Like I wasn't involved in the first one, but we're going back to get the rest of the dogs. So I'm glad, like people, even our neighbors, we mentioned it and they were like, oh yeah, we saw that. So I'm really glad that there's so much exposure. That's exactly what we want. House Representative Mark Pocan of Wisconsin, he's with us on this. He's supporting us. He wants those dogs to go to good homes. Ridglin Farms emailed him telling him that these crazy animal activists are coming to, destroy his property and, he needs help. And Mark Pocan said, do the right thing. Give these dogs to safe homes. Yeah. Every dog deserves to live in a loving, caring home. So thank you, Representative Mark Pocan. I did call your office and give you a thank you myself. I also called Governor Tony Evers, asking him for his support. The woman who answered the phone, his legislative assistant, said that he's been getting a lot of phone calls from people who are really caring about the beagles and want the beagles out of that facility. So if you feel it in your heart and you have 5 minutes to call, give Governor Tony Evers of Wisconsin a call. I have his phone number here. I could say it over the air. It's 608-266-1212. So if you feel like doing that, if you really want to have a little good news, you could go on the Facebook page called The Marty Project. Yeah, The Marty Project. So The Marty Project is showing a lot of pictures and videos of the dogs who were rescued last month in their new homes. And you could see these dogs in soft beds. They're clean, the dogs. They have their little pink and blue harnesses on, and they're playing with toys. And there's one video of one dog learning how to navigate the stairs, right? These dogs have never walked up and down stairs, running around outside. And it's really quite heartwarming to see these wonderful videos and pictures, just knowing that, a month ago these dogs were living in just this horrible, smelly, terrible conditions.
Hey, I also have Mark Polkan's phone number up, Wendy, if you want to give that, because
great.
good news.
I don't have Mark's number.
It's on the screen.
Oh, it's on the screen. Where is it on the screen? I'm sorry. Can you just do it? I don't
Okay,
see it on
608-258-9800. That's 608-258-9800. And it's always good to give our leaders a positive call too.
Yes, definitely. Give them a thank you. Thank you for your support. We're happy that you do that. I'm a constituent, or I'm just somebody who knows I care about this. So it's really, it's really important to thank them, as well as ask for support and things that, you need. Actually, I just went on the website and it looks like it's close to 2,000 of us showing up there. And did I say, I've been talking about this so much, I don't know what I've said on the air and what I haven't, but I'm going to just probably repeat myself. The woman who's sharing the hotel room with me and sharing costs with me is flying in from Hawaii. So that just goes to show you what passion people feel about this. There's people coming from all over the United States, people driving from New York, Arizona, Denver, South Dakota, North Dakota, just driving, flying, everything, people to get here.
We have a vast audience all over the country. Why don't you tell people where it is exactly?
Yeah, so Ridglen Farms, it's RIDGLAN, Ridglen Farms, and they're in Blue Mounds, Wisconsin. And we're going there. We're going to go.
It's kind of by the city of Madison.
I don't know how far it is from Madison.
Oh.
I don't know exactly where it is from Madison. I'm going to be staying in Verona. It's, I think, like 20 minutes away from Verona. And we're going to go. We're scheduled to go to Ridglen on April 19th. I'm assuming we're going to go in the morning sometime. I'm not really sure. I want to just say too, this has been really a very well organized mission, I'm going to call it. We've had so many Zoom meetings with small teams. So I'm on a team. I don't know. They think there's 85 team leaders with, 20 to 25 people in their team. We've had training as far as empathy, compassion goes. We've had nonviolence Zoom meetings and training that we have to attend in order to be able to do this. The last thing that we want to do is for anyone to go in there yelling, screaming, throwing a bat, whatever. This is going to be a total peaceful rescue. If we have resistance, which we think we will, Ridglen has hired extra security and police, I'm sure, will be there. We're just going to plead with them and ask for their help. Like, please help us. We know you love dogs. Everybody loves dogs. So help us do this.
The president doesn't. He doesn't have a dog.
The president doesn't like anything or anybody, whatever.
Hey, Verona's only 10 miles southwest of downtown Madison.
Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. So we're
everybody loves dogs except Well,
I think that there have been a few former Ridglen Farms employees that have left and has testified against the company because they're so horrible. And
the bottom line is and we sometimes we forget to bring this up. They're closing down.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. So they have 311 violations. A judge, I'm going to bring up the website here in a minute. Here it is. 2,000 innocent beagles are trapped inside Ridglen Farms. A judge found felony cruelty. The government refused to act. So everyday Americans will, and that's us. All of us who are going on the 19th, we're going to get the dogs out. If you feel it in your heart, you want to foster one of these beagles or adopt one of these beagles, you can go on SaveTheDogs.io. SaveTheDogs.io. You could fill out an adoption foster application. You could donate there. You could just sign a petition in support. So yeah, check it out, and check out the Marty Project on Facebook also. So you could see the life-saving change for these dogs. I mean, it's just unbelievable. There is a video of one of the dogs who were just rescued a month ago, navigating the stairs, and she still has like that spinning going around because they're kept and they're confined in these cages. They're, I think, 4 by 2 foot, and they spin, they go mad. The dogs are actually psychologically losing their minds of being confined like this. So they spin. There's video of a dog. They stopped the video after 2.5 hours because the dog just spun for 2.5 hours straight, and they were just like, all right, enough already, just shut the video off. These dogs need to get out. We are going there to get the dogs out.
One more time. We got less than a minute.
Yes, at Wendy-Pilot. That's my Venmo if you feel it in your heart. I'm probably going to be showing up here, Robert, a few days after the rescue with a few beagles. I mean, don't be surprised if we have some beagles in our house when I get home.
Well, hey, Big Peony Gigi, thank you for stepping in and talking and speaking your truth. And also just a quick shout out to Arvina Martin, who is the normal guest tonight. Make sure that she's safe out there and with her cats, and prayers out to Madison right now, and the whole state of Wisconsin. Hey, up next, Wendy, we're going to have the president, John Johnson, of the Flambeau band of Lake Superior Chippewa Indians, speaking his truth, and I'm excited to have him on and really honored. We're going to be right back. This is Native Roots Radio.
Stay with us.
Oh, wow.
There's a powerful story being shared at All My Relations Arts in Minneapolis. Unchi Said So. A solo exhibition by Danielle Seawalker brings forward Native stories shaped by collective identity, generational knowledge, and teachings passed down through community. Through bold color and portraiture, this work honors the significance of grandmothers in Native culture while reflecting the idea that sovereignty begins at home. On view now through June 6th. Plan your visit today at allmyrelationsarts.org.
Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Did you know that the Walker has a cinema that shows film almost every week? From artist talks, genre-defined performances, and world premieres to archival shorts and experimental soundscapes, the Walker Cinema explores all modes of global and local filmmaking. Get your first tickets for free. Visit walkerart.org/cinema to learn more. That's walkerart.org/cinema. See you at the movies.
Doherty Family College at the University of St. Thomas offers an affordable 2-year associate degree with a seamless path to a bachelor's. Located in downtown Minneapolis, students receive free textbooks, a laptop, meals, career coaching, tutoring, a Metro Transit pass, mentorship, and paid internships, all at Minnesota's largest private college. Ready to turn dreams into reality? Apply now at dfc.stthomas.edu. Doherty Family College. Your journey to success starts here.
This is AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
After 20 years of service, the Metro Blue Line is ready for essential improvements. A multi-year transformation is underway, bringing a better, smoother Blue Line experience. Renew the Blue will preserve and protect a critical piece of our infrastructure investment, helping it remain a safe, reliable, and affordable transit option for many years to come. Learn more about Renew the Blue at metrotransit.org/renew-the-blue.
Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. For a meal that feeds your soul and health, check out Gatherings Cafe. Located in the renovated Minneapolis American Indian Center, Executive Chef Vernon Defoe and team serve up incredible indigenous flavors. Gatherings Cafe has amazing bison tacos featuring lean protein from native wise, corn tortillas, and homemade sides. It's fresh, local food rooted in ancestral knowledge. Stop by for breakfast or lunch. That's Gatherings Cafe, where tradition meets innovation.
Hello, Minnesota. This is Tom Hartman, and you can catch me every weekday from 11 to 2 right here on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota. It's smart radio for smart people.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Local artist Rosie Simas, Seneca Nation of Indians, Huron Clan, embodies Onondaga philosophies of peacemaking and relationality in new immersive installation. Visit Agajangwa, Desini Gowe Weni. I hope it'll stir your mind and explore a space built for communal rest and contemplation. Simas presents a performance of the same name this May. Learn more about the exhibition and performance at walkerart.org.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 47, then Wednesday clearing with a high of 66. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has the best roast beef sandwiches in the Twin Cities, but don't miss out on the chicken, fish, brisket, Philly steak, and more. Maverick's is located in Roseville on Lexington Avenue, 1 mile south of Highway 36. Visit mavericksbeef.com.
You're listening to Native Roots Radio. I'm Bobby Wilson. Witcha.
Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, welcome back, everyone. We're still waiting for the president to show up, and I got Wendy here hanging out again. And, this beagle rescue that you're talking about reminds me so much in a lot of ways with Standing Rock, people coming from all over the world to help out.
To stand up and do something.
And do something right. And, it's amazing.
It is amazing. I'm really so, I feel excited about it. I'm feeling nervous about it. I'm not, like we had a Zoom meeting and we really just talked about like our feelings, why we decided to do this. And, I did, I'm not going to cry this time. I'm going to tell the story and I'm not going to cry this time. So, we were going around saying, what inspired you to do this? I mean, like you could get arrested, you get going into the building and that's going to be broken in. You're going to get the dog out. You're going to carry the dog out. Like what inspired you to do this? And, I talked about our dog, Gracie. She was in a puppy mill for 7 years of her life. She was a little white Maltese. At the end of her 7 years, when she couldn't bear any more puppies, her little body was auctioned off for $35. And, she went to live with a man named Gary. And then Gary, unfortunately, passed away 5 months later. So then we ended up with Gracie and two of his other dogs. So anyway, we ended up with 3 dogs. But Gracie was really the one who was, messed up because she was in the puppy mill for so many years and she didn't know anything, and I just think about her and the far, she came so far being in our house. We had her for 6 years and she was the cutest little love bug. Like she was just such a sweetie pie. And I just think of her in that puppy mill and I just say, gosh, I wish somebody would have went and rescued her, so that's my motivation. Like I'm going to go in there, even if I'm scared, even if it's, there's security and police. And even if I'm scared, I'm going to just suck it up. And I'm just going to say, I'm doing this, for Gracie. I'm going to be determined and I'm going to do it. And that's what I'm going to do. And there's no time for crying. We're not going to cry when we're there and we see all these dogs, in these horrible conditions. We're going to cry after. We're going to get the dogs out. We're going to bring them to safety. We're going to go back in and get more dogs. We're going to bring them to safety. We're going to go back and forth as many times as we can. And we're going to get the dogs out. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. And I've been working out because the dogs, we were told the dogs can weigh anywhere between like 20 and 35 pounds. Probably not 35 pounds, but there could be some bigger beagles. But, so I've been lifting the seeds. We have big bags of seeds that we feed bird seed. So I've been carrying it around and like doing squats with a 20-pound bag and putting bags of peanuts that are 5 pounds each on top and feeling how it feels to, to walk around with 25 or 30 pounds with me. So I've been trying because that's the last thing I want to do is not be able to carry the dogs. I think that, and I've been told from others who've done this last month, is that like your adrenaline just goes like, you don't even feel it. Like, you're stronger than you think you are. And because of the adrenaline, you're in that, fight or flight mode and you'll be able to do it, So I think that, and I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. So that I'll be able to carry as many beagles as possible and then just rest afterwards, after they're done. We were also told that we may have to hold a couple of beagles in our hotel room. So we, of course, in a pet-friendly hotel, and we know that we can bring the beagles in, just saying that they are service dogs. That's the law. Like the law is, we could say they're service dogs, and the employees at the hotel can ask us only 2 questions. The 2 questions are, what kind of service is the dog doing? You could say it's for medical. And what can the dog do for you? And you could say, know that my blood sugars are normal, so I mean, listen, there's going to be lying involved, there's going to be trespassing involved, there's going to be theft involved, but like I said, the judge ruled that this was ruled by a judge that this place is closing down July 1st because of the 311 violations. We do not want these dogs to go to other labs throughout the country. We want the dogs out before then, and we want to take the dogs, and we want the dogs to go to good homes. So if you feel it in your heart, you're looking for a dog, just know the dogs will need a little extra help, extra love, extra patience, because it's not your normal, typical dog. These dogs have been living in a cage their whole entire life in an indoor facility. They've never seen the light of day. So if you want to fill out a foster or an adoption application, go to savethedogs.io and fill out an application. There's also, I think, a petition you can sign. That's very helpful. And check out the Marty Project on Facebook. They really are doing a great job of showing the wonderful life that these dogs deserve. Sleeping in nice soft beds, eating nice food, playing with a toy. They've never had any of this before. They've never had any of this experience before. And I want to shout out to the people who still are working at Rigland Farms, and they might.
Hey, we got the president on. President, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you so much for I'm sorry about the mix-up, sending you the wrong link. I really, really appreciate you being on, President Johnson.
Okay. How are you today?
Hey, we're doing pretty good, but we know there's things happening in Wisconsin, and especially really dealing with your reservation, what's happening, and we really want our audience to know what's going on and have a plan of action to support you guys. Please tell our audience where you are exactly. We have people from all over the country listening to Native Roots Radio.
Yes, my name is John Johnson, Senior Tribal President from Lac de Flambeau, better known as Waswaganin, Lake of the Torches in Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin. And I was put on here to talk about Nabi, the water for Bad River, because that's up and coming here this week. And we're trying to support them. And they're 60 miles north of me right now.
Yeah, and we talk about Line 3, Line 5, and our shows originally started because of the No DAPL Dakota Access Pipeline. So we're very familiar with your plight. Please tell our people what's coming up and how we can support you. And it's just, here we go again and again, President Johnson, Big Peeny Gigi, thank you so much for being on.
Okay. So, yes, I'm here to support Bad River because on our reservation here, it's a little 12 by 12 square miles. We have 260 lakes, 65 miles of rivers and streams, and they're to the north of us. So if anything ever happened that way to the north, a pipeline rupture or anything else is going to ruin our ceded territory where we hunt, fish, and gather. And all of our tribes come together. We have our Great Lakes Indian Fish and Wildlife Commission with the 6 Ojibwe tribes, which I was a part of back in a few years back. I was a chairman of their fighting for treaty rights, and it's become a daily event right now. And it seems like the state or the federal government, can almost run us out of money just fighting these inherited treaty rights that our grandfathers left for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And, that people don't understand, weren't taught what treaties are. And let's talk a little bit about that. There, again, schools don't really talk about how treaties are, Bad River, places like that. They have a treaty. You have a treaty. Talk about that a little bit.
So our treaty so we got Red Cliff, Bad River, Lac de Flambeau, Sakagan, Chippewa, Lac Beaudesert, and Kewanee Bay in our treaty territory is 1842. Wisconsin didn't become a state until 1848. Our treaties were with the federal government, not with the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So our sustenance is from, hunting, fishing, and gathering. This is what we need to survive here. And, when a pipeline breaks, they don't come and say, hey, you Native Americans, what are you doing? You need anything? You just took part of our hunting lands away, our fishing, our lakes, our streams away from us. And that's our food source. Then you talk about the subsistence, and you talk about the food, the drink, the nourishment necessary for our people to survive. We still got a lot of people here that live that life. Then you talk about sustainability, and that's for us to continue to hunt, fish, and gather for long periods of times without compromising for future generations. So we're taking care of those things that we're taking out of the woods that help us survive. We're putting them back there also. And we try to work with the state. We try to work with the federal government, but our Native American lifestyles, our standards are higher in protecting these spirits, these animals, these fish, those plants, that mashkiki, and medicine.
Yeah, definitely. One of the things too I want to talk about, and we got to take a quick break. Hopefully you can stay with us for a few more minutes, President Johnson.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Maybe you can jump on the link I sent you, the correct link this time. And again, I apologize profusely. I know your time's very valuable, and you don't want to be sitting around.
No, I'm good. I can't get on that link. I tried it again, and it won't let me on there. So I'm good on the phone.
Okay, great. Excellent. Hey, we're going to take a quick break, and we are with the President John Johnson of the Lac du Flambeau Band of Lake Superior Chippewa Indians. And we're speaking about, again, the attack on our sovereignty and who we are as people. We are the water protectors, and we're going to take a quick break. This is Native Roots Radio.
Doherty Family College at the University of St. Thomas offers an affordable 2-year associate degree with a seamless path to a bachelor's. Located in downtown Minneapolis, students receive free textbooks, a laptop, meals, career coaching, tutoring, a Metro Transit pass, mentorship, and paid internships, all at Minnesota's largest private college. Ready to turn dreams into reality? Apply now at dfc.stthomas.edu. Doherty Family College. Your journey to success starts here.
Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Local artist Rosie Simas, Seneca Nation of Indians, Huron Clan, embodies Onondaga philosophies of peacemaking and relationality in new immersive installation. Visit Agajengwa, Destiny Gowe Weni. I hope it'll stir your mind and explore a space built for communal rest and contemplation. Simas presents a performance of the same name this May. Learn more about the exhibition and performance at walkerart.org.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis Air dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis Air on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
We are your relatives.
We are your relations.
Brothers,
sisters,
sons,
daughters.
And some of us are your grandchildren.
We are your community. Historically, we held places of honor and respect. Because of the impact of colonization, some of us are rejected, thrown out from family, friends, and community, set up as targets for sexual violence, sex trafficked, humiliated, tortured, and murdered. Everybody has the right to be safe. We are your relatives. Remember,
homophobia is not traditional.
Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Hi, it's Dr. Evan Adams, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio. Hey, Victor, you better be listening.
In this portion of the show, we'd like to bring awareness to our wolf and bear populations throughout Turtle Island. Say no to the hunts.
Hey, welcome back to Native Roots Radio. We are having President John Johnson of the Lac du Flambeau Band of Lake Superior Chippewa Indians speaking with us. And we are honored to have you on again, Mr. President, and thank you for sharing this important message. One of the things I'd really like to ask you about too, because I know there's a Ashland Public Works Committee meeting, a possible water sale. Can you talk about that, and how can we be with the way it's been a drought here in the 5-state area, in the Twin Cities, in Minnesota and Wisconsin? How can we be selling water?
Yeah. Well, first, in our ceded territory here, we gave up 220 million acres of land to be this little 12 by 12 square reservation, and all of our reservations are pretty much the same size. And we were here to protect all of this, and to sell that water, or even to put data centers up, or anything that needs the cooling and stuff from our lakes, rivers, and streams is bad. And I guess, how do we protect that water in the future? Because what I've learned from the past, is that, our ancestors that left all of this 7 generations ago, 178 years ago, in those treaties, and said, hey, we're going to leave this up to you to protect in the future. So what do we have to look forward and the next 178 years for those generations of our great grandchildren and their grandchildren? So when they do this, I guess, and this pollution, they're taking from us where we can't feed ourselves, or they're closing in on our treaty rights. And this is not fair to us, because we had 50-50 say-so, for giving up all that acres of land, with the United States, where they turned around and, now the states are making these decisions on our behalf or behalf of the state of Wisconsin, which is not fair. So you look at everything that's coming to these waters, invasive species, PFAS, everything else that we're fighting against to have clean water, fresh air, good land, good animals. They're taking that away from us. And I wanted to tell everybody out in Indian country, I love you all. But if those bad people are doing these things to us and we're not saying anything, we're just as bad as they are, because we didn't put up a fight. And it really irks me that, all of our leadership should be standing in solidarity with each one of our Ojibwe tribes in Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Michigan, and trying to uphold our treaties, protect that water. That's our source of life in the future. So what are we going to have 7 generations from now, if we're even going to live that long?
Absolutely. And I want to make a call out to all our listening and viewers out there. Get a hold of your tribal leaders and tell them that you're really concerned about this. And I know they listen. I'm a former legislator for Ho-Chunk Nation, and I know, just give them a call and tell them about this, and tell them that you want your tribe to support what's happening with our relatives in Wisconsin.
Yep. I hear you there. And, these treaty rights are like gold to us Native Americans to hunt, fish, gather. Our ancestors left that for us to take care of. And, the teachings that we have and those old stories and the ones that we're using with our kids and we're raising them, our stuff was never written down on paper. It was always oral teachings. And that's what we do here in Waswaganin and Lac du Flambeau with our youth. And it's very special that we keep everything intact and pass these down. So our next up and coming leaders, we're going to have the same way that I'm trying to protect right now. They're going to have my words. They're going to have our grandfather's words, to use with them. And I just want to put a plug out there for Lac du Flambeau. On May 2nd, we're having a water walk with all the ladies here in Waswaganin. It's a 10-mile walk to protect the water. We're going to do prayers for the fish. We're going to be doing prayers here for everything.
Wow, that's beautiful. And we support that. How can people find out more about your nation, but also what's going on? Do you have a couple of Facebook or websites that people can check in on and help support?
So we have our Ojibwe treaty rights. If you look on the Glipwick website in there, you can go right in there and you can look at Minnesota, Michigan, and Wisconsin. You'll know each one of our treaties. They have them in the back. And they tell you what year they were, all the way back from 1795 until present.
Yeah.
And those books are free, and you can get them from Glipwick, and you could probably go online and order one from them.
That's amazing. So we got a couple more minutes. What else do you want our listeners and viewers to know with what's going on with you and also this Line 5 and Bad River? Give me one more minute synopsis of this, please.
Well, I guess what they're doing, I guess that really kind of pisses me off, because the way they're going about it, and they don't listen to our ancestors. They don't listen to our elders that are from these reservations, and they don't take our point of view, in which I told you earlier, those treaties gave us 50-50 say-so over that air, water, and land that we utilize in our treaties. And I wish they would just come to the table, sit with us so we can figure things out in a proper way. Maybe we wouldn't be going through all of this litigation. I don't know. But we're here to protect our land. We're here to protect our water. And we're here to back Bad River any way we can. And I'm going to be up there Thursday at the 1 o'clock hearing, and I'm going to try to bring my grandsons. I'm trying to get some drumming in. I want to say a few words to our Ojibwe relatives and anyone else that comes up there to support Bad River in a good way.
That's a good one. And let me just say that the challenge of the DNR permits by Bad River and environmental groups, that's Thursday, April 16th at 1 p.m. Bayfield County Courthouse. Circuit Court judge will hear oral arguments on the motion for a stay. Please join our tribal president here and everybody else that believes that, we are the water protectors and we're saving our water for the next 7 generations, not only for our tribal people, but for everybody on Mother Earth. And so it's very important, President Johnson.
Yes. I just want to say thank you for having me on. Let me have a couple of minutes of your time to speak throughout Indian country. This is dear to my heart. And like I said, I love all my Native relatives, and we're here to protect one another and here to take care of each other. And the future, what we need is that solidarity of us standing together side by side.
Absolutely.
And fighting for these things. And like I said earlier, it's not the bad people that are going to ruin the world. It's the good people that are going to let it happen. So get your voice out there and back Bad River, our sister tribe, our brother tribe. It really means a lot to me.
Well,
it's dear to my heart.
And I appreciate you coming on, and we got to really get you on more often here. We have a big following in Wisconsin too. We're on Civic Media Network, so we got to get you with some updates. And again, President John Johnson of Lac du Flambeau Band of Lake Superior Chippewa Indians. Thank you so much for coming on Native Roots Radio.
Oh, Team Witch for having me.
Oh, hey, that was amazing, and I just gotta really talk about that. That's get the word out there. There's links out there. Challenge the Wisconsin DNR permits by Bad River, and again, that's on the 16th, Thursday at 1 p.m. Bayfield County Courthouse. Circuit Court judge will hear oral arguments. Let's make this happen, and we are not alone. Again, if you want to help out with Wendy and Venmo her at Wendy-Pilot on Venmo. We really appreciate all the people that have already. And again, thank you, Big Peenigigi, for watching and listening to Native Roots Radio.